Hi, I'm Jo Stanford, and this is how to walk a pack of dogs. Now I'm going to assume you already know how to walk one dog. They're on a loose leash, they're following behind you, they're paying attention, they're following direction. Those are all things that are really important, and that would take a whole other video just to teach you how to walk one dog. So this video is just how to put those dogs that you already know how to walk together and walk as a pack. So when I started, I was walking dogs one at a time. When I started my dog walking business, I just scheduled out my day and I went to different houses and I walked a lot. It was a lot of walking. It was 8 hours of walking a day. And I would walk one household of dogs, whether it was 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and just one at a time. So I got to know those dogs, they got to know me, we had a routine down, and we kind of, put everything together that way. Then I learned how to walk packs of dogs. And so I started taking those dogs that I already knew, and I just started putting this one and that one together. I thought, this one would probably do well with that one, and this one and that one would probably go well together. And I slowly just started integrating them all, and it kind of happened organically. I didn't intend to do that in the beginning. It's just kind of what happened. So that I've found was a good way to do it with me, and obviously there's plenty of ways to walk to start putting packs of dogs together, but this was the way that I did it. So that's kind of how we're gonna start this video. I'm gonna show you how we can go from taking all of these individual dogs and start putting them together. So once you have a good foundation of dogs together, they kind of become your base, your foundation. These are the ones who you trust, and they're close circle of friends. These are your close dogs. So then when you bring in a new dog, the rest of the pack teaches the new dog, right? And you are the leader of all of that stuff. So when you have a really solid foundation of dogs, bringing in new dogs starts becoming a piece of cake. You do want to work with those new dogs individually first so that they know how to walk on a leash and pay attention and all that kind of stuff. If there's reactivity issues, you got to handle that. All of those things are important, right? But then once you start getting them together, they start figuring it out faster. It's like when you go to a party and you walk in the door, you know instantly what kind of party it is. It's either a book club or it's a rager, or anywhere in between, right? But you don't know until you walk into the room and you feel that energy, right? So as the pack leader, you're the one deciding what kind of party it is. And to walk a pack of dogs, you kind of need a book club energy, right? You need it to be calm, where everybody's following, quiet, respectful, right? Because that's how you can maintain a larger number of dogs who are all, if you got a rager, that's chaos. So that's what we're going to start with. So we're going to show you how we get all of these dogs together and how to maintain a calm, balanced energy. And then I'm going to show you what 3 basic kind of dogs we have and how to kind of manage them. So the first kind of dog that you're going to have in your pack is the kind of dog that you trust. These are the dogs that are the ones that you've worked with a long time, the ones that you know, the ones that know you, and there's a certain level of trust and respect between you, and they're friendly, they can meet other dogs, they're the ones that know the drill. They've probably been with you the longest. Those are dogs that you trust. That's your base, your foundation. Okay, then you have your management cases. The management dogs are the ones that are new. They're just coming in, they don't know what to do, they've had a little bit of instruction from you, but they're gonna need one dedicated hand to hold that leash so that you can guide them through the process. And it may not look pretty at first, but you gotta stay the course, and it's gonna get you there. And the third kind of dog is the wild card. These are the dogs where maybe they're in transition. They're not quite new, but they haven't quite settled in yet, and they still kind of had some of their old behaviors going on. So maybe they're great 90% of the time, but maybe once in a while when a skateboarder passes by or there's a squirrel, that's the dog that's going to go off a little bit. So you might be able to hold them in the same hand with all the rest of the dogs, or clip the leash onto your belt, or however it is you want to manage your packs. But the wild cards are ones where it's kind of up in the air. So you might need a dedicated hand, you might not, depending on the dog and you and the other dogs in your pack. There's a lot of different scenarios that you can come across. So those are the 3 different types of dogs we're going to talk about in the upcoming scenes that we're going to show you. It's the dogs that you trust, the dogs that are management cases, and the dogs that are wild cards. So, all right. So here we have a pack that is got a mix of puppies. We have a mix of puppies that are energetic. They're very curious about each other. They're curious about their surroundings, and it's a windy day today, so they're chasing stuff. So we have Frida, who's new, and she's a puppy, and she's a management dog. So we need a dedicated hand for Frida. It's not because she's aggressive or unfriendly, it's just because she's young and she needs to learn the rules. These 2 we trust, this one we trust, these 2 we trust, but this one, a little bit of a management case. But since she's so little, we can keep her tethered and address with body posture and stuff if she needs it. So when we have this mix of young energies together, it's just a matter of maintaining your calm, because that's what we want them to be, right? Then we've got Lisa here with, this is a dog we trust, and that's a wild card. Jax is a wild card. So we have a dedicated hand for him too. So every pack is different. You just have to know your dogs. So now we're getting Lisa to walk a pack of dogs, and we're slowly adding dogs in. So we started with the 2 on the left that were already walking together. And we've got her dog right here. Right, so we'll get her comfortable with the 2. Get them in the zone, get them walking nicely, give her some tips and pointers. Then we added in Ranger on the right. And then get comfortable with that. Right? Okay, so now these 3 are dogs that we trust. So these 3 are trust dogs. So that's why we put the 2 on the left side. We can walk them together with pretty much no issue. Now Homer up there, he could be a trust or a wild card depending on the person walking him. So now that we trust Ranger and we feel like Ranger's kind of in the zone, we can move Ranger over to the left hand. So Lisa, go ahead and put Ranger in your left hand.
Everyone's Lisa.
I know, they're both named Lisa. There you go. Okay, so now you can put his leash in that carabiner as well. It's just a twist and pull. Good. Now you can just hold the whole carabiner or the leashes and let the carabiner hang, either way. Nice. Go ahead, relax your arm. There you go. And there you go. Perfect. That was exactly what I was going to tell you to do. Awesome.
I put him off in the drag.
Yeah. All right. Now Lisa in the front. Bring Homer in. We're going to put Homer in your right hand.
My right hand or her right hand?
Her right hand. There we go. Good. Just grab and walk. Nice. Very good. Nice. It's all right. It's okay. It's just a blower. Hello. Just a leaf blower. Awesome. All right. Now we have all all the dogs that we trust on the left side, holding in the left hand, and the one that is a wild card to a new person in the right hand. So we have a dedicated hand for the wild card, and we have all the dogs we trust in the left hand, and that's how you start building a pack with these particular dogs. Then we're gonna see if we can add her dog into the mix, right? And that'll probably be the biggest challenge. How do you feel about Homer?
All of these dogs are great. My dog, I don't know. He tries to park up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. All right, so if you feel good about Homer, go ahead and add him onto the left. Hook him into that carabiner. Nice. Can you film this for me? Thank you. Let's go down this street and we'll take the action for you. How we start introducing a new dog into a pack that doesn't know the new dog. Luke, that's enough. Luke is getting a long handshake. It's awkward after a minute. Excessive sniffing starts to get weird. So now I've gotten this guy comfortable next to the rest of the pack. The rest of the pack is comfortable next to him. And I want you to hold the leash in your hand so that it wraps around your thumb and you close your hand around both parts. Because that way the leash is locked in place. Yeah? And then ignore, just like all the other dogs that we handed you, instead grab and go. Bring him back over. Good, bring him. Bumpers that they put on the gutters at the bowling alley. Yeah. He wants to play, and that's all right. Just keep bringing him back. That's why we have the leash nice and short. Nice deep breath. And you just keep it slow and steady. Comfortable pace. Nice back. Falling into place. So remember the last swap, everybody was kind of chaotic, and then they started to fall into place. So the same thing is happening. Nice job. All right, so there you have it. That's kind of, the basis of how we get started in putting dogs together. Now, in these videos, you see we have multiple people putting this stuff together. You can do it by yourself. So we're going to show you that next. Here's how you can do it if you're just working by yourself. Good morning. We got Kristen introducing Louie to the pack. So she's starting one dog at a time. I should have started this video earlier, but Louie's just a pup and he just wants to play with everybody. So she started with getting him calmed down on his own, walking him back and forth, getting him tuned in, and tested him with the car door, calmed him down at the car door, and then she got out the calmest dog first, which is Belle, who just ignores. So you see Belle's doing really well, and now she's getting Louie comfortable and calm, ignoring Belle. It's really important to have dogs who can ignore when you're getting something started like this. So she's got, I don't know, I think 2 more dogs in the car. So it's a one-by-one process. So introducing a new dog, this is the process. We get the calmest dog out first, get him used to that, then we just start adding dogs. There, you see that? So he was being jumpy and playful in the beginning. She calmly addressed it. And now, see, he's still got moments, but she calmly addresses it. And this is how we work every single dog. So over time, you get a pack that just knows the drill, and the new dogs learn from the old dogs. So here we are, she's gonna get the next dog out. She feels comfortable with him and Belle. Testing the door again. Can smell, but we don't want them to get too excited. We're also dealing with the dogs that are in the car. So we want the dogs in the car to be calm as well, so that everyone only goes to the next step when everyone is behaving the way is appropriate. Meaning they're calmer, ignoring, or gently smelling. That's acceptable too. It can be a time-consuming process, but this is how we get our packs behaving the way they do. This is how we get them to follow. This is how we get them to calm down. This is, we don't allow overexcitement and absurd amounts of play. She's getting the next dog out. There we go. We got Debo. Debo is the next obvious choice. He's calm. He ignores everybody. Look at that. See? So now we got two dogs that are under the same understanding that we're just going to follow Kristen and walk. So Louie is learning. Every single dog that comes out, he's got to behave the same way. You see how there's much less playfulness on this next dog? That's because she's taken the time to calm him down. Obviously, there are many ways to put a pack walk together, and this is the way we do it. Next dog. Again, waiting for calmness. Good. Yawning is good. A little bit of sniffing, but not too much to make it exciting. See how just the tiniest bit of sniffing can create playful excitement. So now she's asking for him to calm down. Very nice. This is a lot of work for a puppy. Impulse control. It teaches impulse control. This is a mental exercise. This is why pack walks can be so draining for dogs. Who's she getting next? I think she's getting Daisy. Daisy, who can be a little bit excitable. Daisy, the process starts again. We get a little bit of excitement from Louie. Daisy knows the drill, right? So now we have 4 in the pack. Working every dog, one by one. Now if we didn't have Louie today, this process would go much faster, because we're not introducing a new guy. All these guys have walked together before, so they know the drill. So the process goes much faster once you got everybody tuned in. But when we got a new guy, this is what we do. Okay, next dog. I'm doing this from far away because I'm trying to give them space. All these dogs know me, and they don't see me as often, so it can create some excitement. There's Blaze.
bit of jumping. Blaze is a younger dog. We start with calmest to least calm. So Blaze is the least calm of the group. He's younger, he's got some more puppy energy. So you see Louie wants to meet him. And you see, once she gets a dog worked in, she attaches them to the spring-loaded locking carabiner that she has attached to her belt. It's not. There we go. Okay. It's not just a belt loop, it's to a belt. Good. Good stuff. So it's important to have patience and calm. Look, she's shaking out all the tension. Stretching. All that stuff is important. Walking past another dog on a long flexi leash. Someone who does not understand. Puppies. Consistent patience. Yeah. Nice deep breaths. It can be a challenge. Okay, so you see what all these dogs are telling us right now? All these dogs are telling us that this guy is too excited. He keeps being playful. He keeps asking for playfulness from all of them. And they're all ignoring and going to the other side. They're attached to her belt, so she's not guiding them over there. They're choosing that because dogs are always choosing balance. They prefer it. Once you get them tuned in and balanced, and they understand the rules, and you stay consistent with your guidance. See, Blaze is the youngest one. He's the one more likely to engage, but even when Louie wants to engage, it's too much for Blaze. So he wants to, but he doesn't want to. Right, Jax? Jax is the same way. Jax loves to play. Now we have Belle making her way over there to be a positive influence. She feels comfortable now. What happens when we do this process, guys, is that the dogs end up trusting your guidance. And when they can trust in your guidance, they're more willing to have confidence in their interactions. They're not willing to have confidence, they have confidence. But look at how Belle goes over there, and she's being a guidance system. She's helping. Belle is the black one, by the way. Not allowing him to pull her around. There we go, calling him back. Nice. Easier. Everybody's tired. Blaze says there's no room. Some dogs need a larger opening and more invitation. There we go. Good stuff. So Louis lives here, so he's not going in the car. He's not ready for that anyway.
Okay, so there you saw we have how to put a pack together with multiple people, which is obviously easier. And then we had some video of how to put a pack together when it's just one person. When you're doing it with just one person, it makes it so much easier when you have really great tools to use. We use spring-loaded locking carabiners that are used for rock climbing. We attach them to a belt, an actual belt, not a belt loop on your jeans. And we also use slip leads, which are just like one little piece. It's a lasso that goes around the neck, and the more they pull, the tighter it gets, so they cannot get out of them, which is helpful when all the dogs are behind you and you're not looking at them the whole time. So those are tools that can help you in that practice. So if you're looking at packs and pack walking, you probably are looking at social media and all the different pack walkers that are out there, and they're posting all kinds of videos and photos of dogs being perfect angels and sitting and staying in a line for a photo and being in formations and, you know, calmly walking on 10-foot leashes 10 feet behind people and all that kind of stuff. And all that is great, but and that is achievable, obviously, but it's not always reality. I want you to understand that it takes work and time and practice and patience to get all these dogs into that place, and all those pack walkers have been there. They've been where you are, and they're not showing the parts that don't look perfect, and that's okay. But I want you to know that it's not always going to be perfect, and they're not always going to look like that perfection the whole time. I bet you $10 that those pack walkers that you're seeing on social media could have had a squirrel run in front of them right before that photo, and it took them a half an hour to get everybody calm again. So don't let the perfection of social media fool you. It's all a work in progress, and sometimes there's chaos and sometimes there's book club. So just so you have some reality in your mind, just keep that in perspective. So until next time, I'm Jo. Keep tuned for more videos from Jo and Jax. We'll introduce Jax and put some videos together with him as well. But this is how you walk a pack of dogs.